What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Kart 63. I am Ben, and it is New York, and it is cold. I've been skipping out last week from doing any videos because, it's awfully cold out here in the barn, and I didn't look forward to it. So luckily for me, I had scheduled multiple videos ahead of schedule, but I got to get back out here, and I got to put out some more information for you guys. So I had a viewer ask me once upon a drift a little bit ago if I could do a comparison between UAS carts and standard carts. All right, so my standard cart is a KT100 cart. The only difference is the engine between clone or whatever and KT100. They're, horsepower-wise, I think they're fairly similar. I think KT100 is about 18 horsepower. From what I know, clones are 15. I don't actually know, so I'm guessing there. But as far as bodywork and all that stuff goes, exactly the same for the KT100 cart. Some KT100s do run UAS bodywork, but that really, it's regional. It's regional dependent. So it's real simple. Basically, they are very similar with the addition of a couple different things. And my recon, my bent recon is still dirty. I'm going to use that as an example, and I'm going to use my not bent recon for my KT100 cart. So we're going to dive up close. I'm going to show you what differences there are between UAS and standard flat carts, and then we'll come back up for a conclusion here. So see you in a minute. Okay, everyone, here we are, dove down. I got things kind of set up here. We're just going to walk around the barn a little bit and take a look at the differences that I can show you between UAS and a standard cart. So I guess one of the things first and foremost is this is a little more heavy duty than your standard, your clone carts are going to run. They're going to run a little bit lighter of a gear hub than this, but this is as light as I like to go. We're up north. We have some rough tracks, and honestly, those things can receive some damage if you get bouncing off the ground too much or rocks or what have you. So that's slightly heavy duty, but still lighter. And then over here, I know a lot of the clone guys, they run like mini lights, but here's a full 7.1. It's just the thinner style. Keep rotating mass down. So pretty standard stuff. These are Nerf bars from Phantom when they did the recon, and I believe on the Deuce they have done away with this now. These are inch, so they're a little thicker. That really doesn't matter though. But come up here, we have a standard size tank. Everybody's seen. I do have the master cylinder moved on this because I did run this in UAS, so I'll show you why I've done that. But this is pretty standard stuff for clone karting and stuff. And then you would come over here and your standard body. This is a swoop body. I have a brand new tall side, but I ran this year on the KT100 cart, so essentially the WKA style bodywork. And then we'll take a peek at UAS stuff. So the differences are really going to be you're going to want beefier stuff. So what we have here, this is a C high performance brake rotor. Us Northerners like to say. It's SEAY. I'll drop a link down below to a Facebook page, or if he has a website or something like that. So heavy duty brake rotor. This actually has an aluminum insert in it to cool quicker. More braking, more whoa for more go. So this is all the stuff aside from the power plant. If you're asking me the differences between UAS and WKA or clone karting and stuff, you're going to, we're going to talk aside from the power plant because obviously it's different. They're running the little clones, and we got some big old horsepower. So this is another one of those lighter hubs. For me, lighter hubs, it's still pretty robust for, say, a clone karter. But then you also have this, and yes, I did put gloves on because I told you it's cold out here. So this is a solid rear gear hub. that I just happened to take off one of the carts we ran before. So yes, you can get these. I'm not sure where to find them, but if I can find a link, I will include it. One of the things, there's no real, I don't know that there's a rule against this in clone racing, but a lot of us like to run the Eliminator steering wheel. And the reason we like to run this, I have it on all my carts. So you have the tilt steering wheels, but this thing can move. Getting caught on the other cart here. Wander around here. This thing can move not only, get my finger in here, can move back and forth, but then you can tip. I like to have my steering right up close to me, so it's nice and tight to me, to my body, so there's less arm movement. So there's an advantage to the Eliminator steering wheel. I'm not sure if that's illegal or not in clone racing. I wouldn't assume so, because who cares what as long as it got a steering wheel. All right, so this is the brand new chassis that I introduced last video, and this is what I've done here. I wanted to do some comparisons here. What I did was modified. This is the Nerf bar that came with the cart. So this is your standard type left side Nerf bar. Now I did, because I had the material and I had a set of Nerf bars, what I did was I took the triangle and I cut off and I welded that onto that to make it support the wedge body. I did that on both sides, so even though on this other side I still have the standard on there, I did do the other side. All right, now I went ahead and I moved. You don't have to do this, but I moved the master brake cylinder holder up, just like I showed you on the other chassis. And why do I do that? Well, because I run a methanol 2-stroke, and because I have to put this tank, which holds just shy of 3 gallons on there. Now, do I always use 3 gallons? No, I don't always use 3 gallons, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Yeah, makes sense, right? So there's just a look at, just the start of that, building that into a UAS chassis. We're going to wander over here, some UAS bodywork. Now, again, with the, this is C high performance nose. They do their own noses. The accident that bent my Recon can be viewed there. After I backed it into the wall, I got hit by another cart. It was no fun for me, but I have a front wing on it. It has a carbon fiber. They actually don't make those this particular one. This one is a snow nose, but I believe C makes those. Again, I believe he has a website, and I'll link it down below. I believe you can order those. They are expensive, but they're super nice. And then these are snow side panels that I modified. They were pretty standard looking slope. I like this to come up in there just so I can see. It's great to have the side force in UAS, but also sight, seeing other people, totally worth it, in my opinion. And we have another snow wing. I'm not really getting rid of these because there ain't nothing wrong with them. And I have repaired these I've been running these side panels a couple years. They are carbon fiber. Yes, they're tough, but again, the tracks up here, things get used up quite a bit. So those are just some of the real, there's really not a super ton different between, a clone cart and a UAS cart, with the exception of, the braking system, the fuel system, the Nerf bars to support the body. So not a ton that you have to do to a chassis in order to make it UAS ready, but there are definitely some things that you want to pay attention to. So we are going to go back up top, give you a conclusion, and yeah, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, what'd you think of that? Pretty cool, right? So really what it comes down to is there isn't a ton of difference between UAS and a standard flat cart, with the exception of really high horsepower, the braking system, the fueling, and the bodywork. So basically, you don't have to run in UAS. You do not have to run a standard manufacturer chassis, something that would pass WKA standards. You can be wider, you can be longer, as long as it pertains within the rules of UAS for whatever length it is, whatever width it is, whatever height it is. In that box, you can there's room to move. That's why it's called Unlimited All-Stars. And as far as Rung What You Brung, same type of concept, just unless a track owner or sanctioning body, whatever, disagrees with the bodywork or this or that, you're pretty much good to go with a Rung What You Brung. But just thought I'd bring that to your attention. It was asked of me if I could do a video on that. I thought, sure, why not? I have experience in both worlds, so why not go ahead and make that for you guys? So if you enjoyed this information, I'd really appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't mind, subscribe to the channel. You've really been helping out. I do appreciate it. I see the support, and that keeps me going. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.